Hadley, I have to admit, when you suggested it could be business as usual there in Saudi Arabia, I thought, how can that be with all the outrage we've seen outside of the country, with all the political condemnation? But wow, $50 billion in deals.
That's right, Nancy. Actually, over $50 billion in deals, mostly in oil and infrastructure projects. But I have to say, headed into this conference, we didn't really know what to expect. Last year, of course, there was so much momentum and so much excitement, not just about, what's going to happen next in terms of the investment case for Saudi Arabia, but also in terms of the Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman. So much excitement surrounding his Vision 2030, what that would mean for the kingdom, what that would mean culturally. Remember, this was a year ago. This was before women had actually been allowed to drive. So there was a lot of excitement headed into the conference last year. And I've got to tell you, it was pretty subdued. You have to remember that they knocked off about 25% of their C-suite guests, their big international heavy hitter CEOs. So there was a subdued sense there yesterday. But I have to say, once the Crown Prince arrived, he came to the conference for just about 15 minutes. He entered to what looked to me like a rock star welcome. He was posing for selfies with many of the delegates, most of them Saudi, it seemed. He walked in with Jordan's King Abdullah, and it seemed as if King Abdullah was barely noticed as people rushed to get near the Crown Prince. Now, of course, in terms of other big name guests, I have to tell you, it's been a very, very regional flavor at this conference. We've seen King Abdullah of Jordan. We've seen Mohammed bin Rashid, the Prime Minister of the UAE, ruler of Dubai yesterday. We're probably going to see Saad Hariri, the Lebanese Prime Minister, today. I think that's interesting and really does speak to all the political chips that the Saudis have gathered in as a result of all of this pressure from this case about Jamal Khashoggi. Nancy?
Yes, Hadley, very interesting when you talk about the reception that the Crown Prince received at FII yesterday. I mean, there were reports he had a standing ovation. I mean, that is quite something considering all the scrutiny that's been around not just the kingdom more broadly, but whether or not MBS himself would have known anything about the incidents surrounding Jamal Khashoggi. That still remains an unknown, of course. And we were wondering whether or not the Turkish president would hint at any of those charges in his own speech yesterday. Remember, Turkey had pledged to reveal the naked truth when it comes to the tragic death of Jamal Khashoggi. But many said there wasn't a whole lot in that speech that we didn't know already. Let's take a closer listen to what President Erdogan did have to say.
Blaming some intelligence members for this matter will satisfy neither us nor the international community. The conscience of humanity will only be satisfied once everybody is called into account, from those who gave the orders to those who carried them out.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now, to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.